Couldn't be better, Daisy. Couldn't be better. Here, I'll pull myself up here.
So you've hit peak zenith for your happiness,
peak
right?
zenith. We got top altcoins we're talking about this morning. I'm feeling amazing.
I got some winners, folks. If you like winners, you want a winner, we're going to talk about some winners. And not only that, I have a secret coin that I can't tell you yet because I'm working on a video. The video is going to go out tomorrow only because there's a debate tonight. But we're going to talk about, should I just go ahead and tell them the sectors? We got 2 sectors. Should I give it to them?
You should.
I should give it to them. All right, we're going to talk about AI, and we're going to talk about memes. That is right, memes. Doge is back in the works now. Doge, Elon just did the All-In Summit yesterday, so it seems like we got a little Doge spike from that. And Apple is pumping AI tokens. We're going to talk about that as well. Plus, we're going to look at some of the crazy price action with Bitcoin. Thank you for joining, everybody. Drew, I'm excited for the debate. I don't want to get too sidetracked here, but I'm going to watch it. Chat, give me a yes, give me a no. Are you going to watch the debate tonight? I don't need to know who you think's going to win or who do you think the media says is going to win. Are you just going to watch? I'm curious. Drew, are you going to watch with the fam?
Yeah, if I got enough whiskey, I might make it through the whole thing, but I'll definitely watch. It just seems like such a show at this point. I don't know. I mean, it's really not enticing me as like, this is going to save America or anything like that. So, yeah.
All right. And Josh is going to live stream it. So he's not in. He's going to come in late because he's going to stay late. So big shout out to Josh, pulling in that late shift. He's doing the midnight shift. He's burning that midnight oil. And folks, burning the midnight oil. How late do you even stay up these days, Drew? You're a family man. Do you wake up at like the crack of dawn?
I am honestly pretty bad about staying up late. I can't get to sleep before midnight, it seems like. But I am going to have to start waking up much earlier. My wife's starting a new job. Got to get the kids up and at it about 6:30. So, I'm going to have to kind of up that game as far as that goes.
All right, everybody, it looks like a lot of people are going to be watching it. Let's look at the crypto market. Then we're going to talk about the 3 coins that I'm looking at for September 2024. But first, Bitcoin is doing pretty good. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit for you folks here. You know what? I didn't change my window. You guys ready to peek behind the curtain here? Share my screen here. Normally, I have all this to the side so I can see. So I might be flying blind for the first 2 minutes until I, go ahead and adjust that. But Bitcoin, a little bit of a pump here. It is up 3.7%, but I do want to share just some caution. Let me give you some caution. We'll talk about that. Some danger zones you need to be worried about, folks. ETH's got a little bit of a pump. Solana, good job. We got some of the viewers here. They sold some Solana, or they sold their VeChain for Solana. If you got in early enough, at least the last hour, we're up 1.3. So Solana getting a good little pump here. Doge is up 5.2% as well. Tron in the red, in the sea of green here. Sea of green, and yet they're red. Chainlink's looking flat, Drew. Chainlink is only up 1.4%.
It's not sparking joy. Not sparking joy yet, but it will.
I thought you said something else about sparking. It's not sparking a joy. It's not, it's not giving me a kumbaya feeling. Bitcoin Cash is up 4.3%. We keep scrolling. Let's just go to the biggest winners. This is the biggest winners in the top 100 here. So this is where it's going to happen. We're going to hit this button. I want your coins to be matching. I want your portfolio to be copy and pasted. What we're looking at right here. Fetch and AI tokens are crushing it right now. Fetch is up 13.2%. Phantom's up 11%. BSV, which is a little bit of a warning sign for the markets, unless it's just, a broader trend here, it is up 10% as well. Got a lot of altcoins up above 10%. Render is up. ICP also kind of capitalizing off of this. We're going to look at some AI coins, like I said, in a bit. But Drew, are you excited about the new Apple iPhone? That's what got these AI coins pumping. Are you excited for the new Apple?
Listen, if you're out there spending thousands of dollars on the new iPhone just for a slight upgrade, okay, and that's what you're focused on right now, you're not going to make it. Okay, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to be spending money on crypto rather than a new phone. So that's
I have the 14 and I have no plans of upgrading to the 16. I was an Android holder my entire life and I still think Android's better. All right, now let's talk about the top coins. I said there's 3 coins. I kind of lied because I can't tell you the third. It's going to be in a video, everybody. It's actually not out yet and there's an airdrop opportunity. Drew, do you like free money?
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. If you like free money, hit that like button. I'm going to tell you in tomorrow's video how to get some free money with this airdrop with an AI token. There could be some alpha here. But all right, let's go ahead and look at the top AI coins. by market cap. So we're looking at a AI. Now you're going to see some L1s here. You're going to see near and ICP. Now people see near and ICP on this AI list, and they wonder, are these AI coins? Drew, what is your take on, are these AI coins?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, I feel like, you know, all of these tokens, especially decentralized GPU systems, they all are playing into this narrative of AI. Even distributed GPU processing systems are laying private groundwork for these AI systems to run. So, you know, Near is one of them that I'm holding. I definitely hold ICP. BitTensor, I'm laddering into BitTensor right now.
Ooh, let's get into the coins, but first, Jesus Christ, people are heated about this Apple versus Android. Yeah, a lot of people got some older phones. It looks like some people are going to upgrade. It looks like, you know, with the AI. I got a really funny story because there's an AI element of the iPhone that's illegal in Europe, and so they have a different entire press strategy. Kind of funny. We're going to look at that in a few minutes as well. But yeah, a lot of people, some Apple fanboys. We got some Droid fanboys here. All right, let's talk about the 3 coins, though. All right. Near ICP, yeah, they're L1s. They say they're trying to focus on AI a little bit. But, you know, I would say it really starts with Fetch here. The ASI, the super token, the super alliance, artificial super intelligence alliance here, Fetch, Render Tau. So we're seeing some hot coins here. Tau up 7%, Render up 5%, Singularity Net, AGIX, that is up 10% as well. Let's talk about the top coins here, though. These AI coins are moving together, and I think there's 2 of them are a better buy than the third. And again, the third AI coin going to be in tomorrow's video. But do AI coins move together? Below is the daily chart for 3 of the most talked about AI altcoins. Some people believe they move almost identically. So number 1, we got Render here. Render is the coin that's around $4.80. Let me just double check. Yeah, $5.15. So we actually got a 7% pump. So this chart was made before the pump this morning. So you see Render kind of finding a bottom. Here you see Fetch, I believe. Yeah, Fetch creating a higher low compared to Render. And then you have Tau with its low, you know, kind of close to these lows. So you see a low. I almost see a trend line on this Tau chart, Drew. What do you think about a potential trend line, potential bottom forming on Tau?
Yeah, I mean, what we're looking at right there, that deep correction down to $160 for Tau was when the basement was hammering that. That was a really good buy entry point. I've liked Tau since $40. Right now, I'm still the opinion Tau is going to be worth $1,000, if not $2,000 this bull market.
All right. So 2 coins that I'm looking at, 2 of the 3, the third one's tomorrow. I'm looking at, I would skip Fetch if I wanted to put some money into AI. Now, there's an argument, well, it created a higher high or higher low, and that trend will continue, but I also see potential for correction a lot higher here. Here, I just see a strong trend line. You do see the little scam wick down there. You see the scam wick here, and you see the scam wick there. I wouldn't worry about the scam wick, but in fact, I just see kind of more of a stronger technical support. But let me give you a warning about Tau here. Tau is in a range. I want to give a big shout out to Crypto GSK, also known as Jack. Jack just enters and exits.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. All right, so Tau, had to keep some AI in the portfolio, and Tau looks like a good bet. Chart again, looking like it's bottoming, support level at $215. This is the trend line that I'm forming. So you kind of lost that giga entry. The giga entry was that little wick right there that is kind of hard to see, but just briefly came close to that line. The top of this chart, $360. And so, you know, there could be a good profit-taking strategy to be had at those levels. So this is the Tau. Tau, just be warned, if you get in now, there is potential for downside. There is potential for correction. If, you know, AI coins just take a dump tomorrow, probably going to come back down closer to that level. So that's just my Tau analysis there. And Render just kind of looking like a good buy. If we go to AI, we click on Render here, we click on the 1 year, we'll see a Drew.
Scoot your browser over, minimize it, and scoot it over for me so I can see the edge of that. There we go. Let's keep going. Keep going. Yeah, keep going for me. Keep on.
All right, I'll keep that edge going.
Keep edging. Keep it.
Keep it.
Keep it. All right, there we go.
Yeah,
here. That looks juicy.
That honestly does look pretty good. If we look at the max chart, I mean, I'm just seeing some pretty strong support areas. I mean, you can kind of almost see like a little bit of a trend line. The top here, bottoms here, bottoms there. You know, maybe it doesn't match perfectly, but man, it certainly, and then maybe even hits that little brief downturn right there. Yeah, I just see strong support for Render. I see strong support for Tau. And then the next one, you know, we're going to share in the future here. But two AI coins, I got to keep it. I'm keeping an eye on. Chat, what do you think? Is there an AI coin that you like better than those two?
I
Higher
love
opportunity.
the price reset, man. I love seeing the price resets. Like, I did not want us to be up and to the right. I got out of Render at $10. Now I can rebuild the bag at $5. It feels good.
All right, so that's the three coins. Let's take a brief look at Bitcoin, and then we're going to pivot to meme coins. Three meme coin potentials here. Bitcoin is in the middle of a good pump, but let me go ahead and warn you. I went ahead and I drew the parallel channel out again, and we have the extended megaphone pattern here. Maybe the megaphone is done. When you include the wicks, and especially if you look at the 4-hour chart here, this is our first higher low in a significant amount of time, and this is bullish. But I'm not saying flip bullish yet. I am not saying flip bullish. But the fact that we have a higher low after, you know, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, higher low, I'm peeking out, and I'm seeing a little bit of optimism in the markets. What are you seeing here?
Yeah, I mean, looking at this chart, what is that, a green dot we're printing on that indicator on the bottom for the MACD? Can you pull that up a little bit? No, it's got a green.
Yeah, this
and
is
red.
small time frames too.
Yeah,
4-hour.
So, I mean, essentially, like, you know, in general, I feel like we're in a bull trend. So I only like longing this market, and I like kind of looking for base levels to long it from. Looking at this chart, though, honestly, man, I really feel like we're going to be able to dig our way out of this and run into there's a lot of volume on the visible volume profile range at 58,500 about. So we'll probably get slapped around at that moment, and then, you know, find our new support and make our way to 60. That's what I think is going to happen. So.
Okay, now I will say in this downward trend, and, you know, take away the higher low right here, we are statistically more probable to go to the downside than we are to go to the upside. But I am not saying it is guaranteed. We're not looking at 90% odds, 10 versus 10% odds. I would say we're pretty close to a coin flip at this point. And, you know, these two levels are going to be the key levels. But let's just say the dollar amount for those that are wondering at home. Let's stretch it out so we can get this really accurate. If it happens in the next couple of days, $54,000, 100. Maybe with the scam wick down, you know, below 53 even, 54, then dip below 53, finally cop some support. Or to the upside, I'm not saying short it, but if you short it right there, you made a lot of money. If you short it right there, you made a lot of money. If you short it, you know what? Maybe you do short it. I don't know. Just be careful out there. Have a tight stop loss. The short level going to be 60,815, 750, right around in that area. So these are going to be the two important areas. Bitcoin, you look in the past, it's been pretty important. We do like to scam wick. So don't just turbo long 50x if we hit a bottom. You know, maybe a low leverage. Just be safe out there, folks. We don't want to see you get wrecked. Shout out to CoinW, though. I've been putting out some of the wins lately here. Let me go ahead and hit refresh. I do have subs on, you know, because sometimes I'm just, you know, being a degen out there. But yeah, just printed 57% on Chainlink. And I may have longed ETH right before we went live, but, you know, that's a different story. All right, let's see. This says Bitcoin. Oh yeah, talk about why they pumped real quick. Fetch, Tau, all the AI. They're pumping after iPhone 16 had AI features. So this is why we're seeing the pump right there. The Apple 16 just had a bunch of cool stuff. So we're seeing 10% pumps across the board here. Follows news of the latest product release, the 16, which does reportedly include AI features. The next generation of iPhones is built to use AI from the ground up, said the ghost of Steve Jobs. No, that was from Rowan Chang, founder of AI Newsletter. So the inverse Kramer effect, moving the AI coins. It looks like Jim Cramer was bearish on NVIDIA. Said he was waiting for NVIDIA to bottom. So, of course, the inverse Kramer ended up playing true here. Let's see here. There's a couple other things. Oh, yeah. So this is Tim Cook, also known as Tim Apple by the Orange Man. Built for Apple Intelligence, the 16 lineup delivers a powerful personal and private experience right at your fingertips. With the new camera control, you'll never miss a moment. I'm not going to play the ad here. You know, this is what we're kind of looking at. It looks the same.
Yeah, there's nothing new. Literally nothing new. So.
Big battery boost.
Yeah.
Hey, it
No.
took a leap.
Okay.
Guys, it leaped. All right. Are you excited about a leap? I'm excited about a leap here.
DZ,
Now,
can I ask you something?
you can ask me two things. You have a limit.
I'm going to ask the
Ask me
second
all the
thing
things.
now. Last March 2023, we had, well, actually it was 2024. We had an amazing peak for a lot of altcoins. It was right during that NVIDIA conference.
Yep.
We have another conference coming up, March of 2025. Do you think there's a chance those altcoins follow the same pattern in relevance to the conference?
Yes. But let me say this. If I have to look at the dates. The last conference, if the day to sell, the peak was 2 days before the conference or in the middle of the conference or 2 days after the conference, whatever it was last year, front run it a little. Now, the question is, what do you front run it by? Do you front run it by a month, a week, 12 hours? If I had to say right now, I would say 2 to 5 days.
Okay.
I think you need a front runner because the markets get a little bit more mature and more people are going to be looking to, to exit on day one of the conference. And then the smart person will be like, well, I'll dump the day before the conference. And then someone else 2 days before. It's all about trying to find that exact zenith. It is hard to time. I said now Europe, the Europeans, they got special rules. They don't like that AI, especially Gerard and the ECB people. Apple Intelligence is illegal in the European Union. So the headline feature for the new iPhone is the camera slider. And so in America, we get iPhone 16. Hello, Apple Intelligence. But if you're a Brit or Brit bongs, no. Hey, camera slider for easier access to camera tools. What are the Europeans doing over there, Drew?
It's hard to tell these days, DZ, honestly. And really, maybe they should look at the influx of what's going on in their population before they start worrying about a camera slider. I don't think that that's a big issue here. So,
Bob from accounting, what will the 16 do extra? Call the cops on you when you're smoking rock in the bathroom tub. If they might be on the hunt for you, they're like a hunter almost. They'll come get you. All right, here we have. It's one of my favorite metrics when it comes to Bitcoin because the price of homes is like skyrocketing. The price of iPhones is going up as well, but it's closer to inflation. The iPhone 4S, 162 Bitcoin. So you'd spend 162 Bitcoin and you could trade that in for a 4S. But you just fast forward to say 6S, that was down to 2.8. So we're from 162 to 53, down to 5. Bear market started going higher, 2.8 Bitcoin. Now you fast forward to today, 0.014 Bitcoin. Doesn't that just piss you off you didn't buy more Bitcoin the first time you heard about it?
Pretty much. I mean, it's painful to look at the recent past. In like 2015, I was running a fencing business and really didn't have any pennies to rub together. But I knew about Bitcoin, and I really didn't start taking it seriously till after that 2017 run. Started saving up my money, and then you research for years, and then boom.
I mean, I learned about it so early, but it was via 4chan, and I was like, well, you can't trust anything. I was certainly not going to download a Bitcoin wallet from a 4chan. I should have done my own research, should have gone to the own forum, should have done my own research, of course, or even on YouTube, probably could have been a good resource then. And then after that, my buddy who lost it in his hard drive and then later lost it in Mt. Gox. And then he's like, no, really, you should buy it. I was just like, I don't know, man. I'm happy buying silver ounces. And I still look at that silver. I should just sell that silver and get rid of it. I'm not reminded. All right, let's talk about the second sector of 3 coins. So we're going to talk about why in a second, but now it's the what. The what is meme coins. Meme coins are on the run up largely because Doge had a really good pump today. Doge is up 4.5%, largely related to what Elon said last night, or actually yesterday afternoon, posted last night. Doge, all right, but Drew, you weren't going to buy Doge. You weren't going to buy Pepe. What meme coin would you buy? And then I'm going to give I'm going to say one as well in chat. Give me like a larger meme coin. Don't give me some like crazy micro shill. What meme coin is going to melt faces this bull run? Drew, I have my guess. I'm curious, is it same as your guess? Not Pepe, not Doge. What are you getting?
Trump token, MAGA token.
It's me too.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
All
MAGA.
right.
It is MAGA. I think MAGA could have potential. This is by no means an endorsement. Maybe it's Bowden. Bowden probably not going to do because of Kamala, but If you look at the max chart, MAGA, insane pump, flirting with some wicks close to $20 here. Had a nice little run up, consolidated, had a nice little run up, consolidated, and then started dumping. Had the nice little, we're not going to say why, but the spike in July, you know why, is because it was near his ear and it went by. But we have $3.28 right now, $150 million market cap. But the interesting is it pushed near $1 billion market cap. Is Trump dead though? Is the coin? Is MAGA just done?
Bro,
Drew, what do you think?
I mean, think about the context of we have the selection process coming up soon. And either which way that goes, I think that coin is going to be violent to the upside. I really, really do. So, I've kind of gotten worn out on the thousands of meme coins that are coming out and this whole, dog ecosystem. And I know there's going to be upside to be found in that, but I just have met the founders. I trust what they're doing. And really, it's really one of the only coins that's out there, giving money to veterans that need it, to giving money to kids that have been victims of abuse. So if I'm going to give my money to a meme coin, it's going to be something like that.
Okay. Give it to people like Corey Feldman and stuff. All right. So Doge and chat actually guess. I'm going to read off some of your suggestions here. I think Floki could do pretty well. Their Flokies reminded me of Shiba, where they're spending a lot of money on building things. And, they have like a whole little ecosystem underneath them. Shiba, I just kind of see bleeding to Dogecoin long term. But we got a first suggestion, John T with the Floki, then a Popcat Nero bonk, a couple bonks there, a couple turbos, some Bretts. We got Mr. Wiggles. We got Psyop. Let's see here. They're saying my screen is cut off.
Yeah,
which direction?
You gotta kind of squeeze it down if you can a little bit.
Down?
Yeah, like
downtown. Like this way?
No, squeeze it in. So go back to that chart. Go back to that chart section. And
I'm trying.
Yeah. And then just squeeze the browser down in total if you can for me.
Oh my God. I don't know how that happened.
That is crazy.
All right.
I mean, that's what we get.
Can you see the desktop bottom here?
No.
Okay. Can you see the tabs on the top?
No.
Keep coming?
Yeah. I mean, you're fine. We can't see them still.
Keep coming? I don't care.
There you go. Now you can see
want them to see the tabs. We got no secrets here.
Yeah.
Fully transparent like the blockchain. All right. And speaking of transparency, they're transparently not hitting the like button enough because we don't have 80 million live viewers.
That's true. We're only at like 150. We got to pump these numbers up. These are rookie numbers.
I'm giving you the AI coin. I'm giving you the meme coin. I'm reading your meme coins out loud. And this is how you treat me? Like garbage? Hey, no, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. We got Tuker, Pepcoin, the cheap Andrew Tate. That's me. That was good. Hey, wait till you see me with the nice shades on. Then it's top G all the way. Bitcoin is going to fall. It will go up. It will go down. Duke, Daddy. I just can't say the name Daddy. Like I won't buy a coin I'm uncomfortable saying.
That does feel a little awkward, doesn't it? It's like, Daddy. Chill, Daddy, chill.
Yeah, it's just not for me, man. All right, Bitcoin price jumped as Dogecoin rose 6% on the daily here. Doge was on a roll, everybody. Most impressive gains, Fetch, Caspa, Pepe. I'm just going to kind of look in real quick. This was why we're seeing it. It happened maybe too soon for the articles to come out, but you can find it at the All In podcast. They've released 2 thus far. And one of them is Elon Musk. We're at only 110,000 views. I think the clips are getting a lot more views. Wow, JD Vance, 184. Oh, they also had 2 different ones for Elon. They got the hour 14 one, and then they got the hour 6 one with the timestamps. So this kind of, oh, wow, 4.5 million views on that. Now, I know that doesn't mean people that watch the whole thing could just kind of scroll at it, click at it, watch 1 second's worth. But Doge, he brings up governmental, the potential governmental efficiency agency here. And that's just got Doge pumping. Now, question, all right, we're just going to game theory. I'm not making any predictions here. This is just game theory if these things do play out. Let's just say Trump wins. Let's say they do create a Department of Governmental Efficiency. Is that enough? Like, it's the announcement, right? He's in, it's January, maybe it's February, and then boom, big announcement. It's on the New York Times even. Doge department to be formed with Musk, what kind of Doge pump are we looking then? Are we looking at then?
I'd say I think it could get a 50% pump if we
50?
actually. I do.
50.
then
I was
it'll
thinking
sell
double
off.
digits.
Yeah,
But
I think
50 seems pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't know if I go that high. Chat, if the agency is created and they count it, they call it Doge, type in your percentage. I'm going to type in, I think it's 20.
Listen,
I'm typing
man,
it
I mean,
in.
we've done what really bad with these 3-letter agencies. Let's try a 4-letter agency out, folks. You know, give them a chance. Except for FEMA.
Mohit, yes, I get it. Bitcoin is going to fall. You seem quite like you have strong feelings about that for whatever reason. Okay. Do you see Elon's SNL pitch? OMG, so effing funny. It was like funny to like laugh at, maybe funny weird, but not. I don't know if it was funny, haha. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin again. Congrats, you made it through one of the biggest capitulations in history. This is just, I think, what are we looking at here? Minor net position change, and so the miners are dumping. Compared to some of the previous areas that we've been looking at here. So the miners been dumping. Meanwhile, we're doing okay. But I can't help but think, BlackRock, maybe, now this is conspiracy time. It's time for me to put on my tinfoil hat, my tinfoil bald cap, if you will. Is there an element where BlackRock wanted to be able to have cheaper Bitcoin for its clients? And so maybe they leaned on the mining companies they're the largest shareholder of to maybe offload, hey, maybe this quarter offload an extra 20%. Do you think there's any kind of collusion like that happening behind the scenes?
I mean, you know me, absolutely, I would say. And not to mention the fact that they've been doing their orders off the actual Bitcoin network, letting the price fall as they're sitting there buying. Yeah, I think that they play 8D chess with this Bitcoin realm in general, and they're the sharks that have come in, man. Like we have adopted TradFi monsters into the Bitcoin network, and now we get the results of it.
All right, speaking of 4-letter agencies, Bad Fox, somebody needs to call the 4-letter agency PETA to save the pets and the ducks. I'm gonna duck that comment, and you're not gonna cat scratch me here. All right, I hate the. Anyways, all right. Here's a funny meme. My wife asking me to buy dip at the grocery store, but all I heard, buy the.
Oh, it's not working. Got reset.
Oh, I got to do the VMix thing.
Yeah.
It was just playing Everlong from Foo Fighters, folks. It wasn't.
It would just get us demonetized, anyways. That's what happens.
I could see Dave Grohl being like one of those. He'd come after you.
No, dude, he went after the orange one.
He's got some interesting videos of him singing in different types of clothing, different octaves.
No.
Yeah, man.
Dude, all our heroes are dead.
I think James Dean said it best. You gotta. I don't want to quote him. It's live a long, prosperous life, raise kids, folks. All right, Bitcoin addresses with non-zero balances now hit 50 million. In 2024, we are at 52 million Bitcoin addresses with a positive balance. Of the 50 million, what percentage is lost forever? Some wallet created 2011, 2012, 2015, 2024, and the seed phrase is gone. The password's forgotten. What percentage are we thinking of here, Drew? 10%? 5%?
I'd say it's around, because we're talking very early time frames and big amounts of Bitcoin being lost. It's got to be at least 10%, man. It's got to be.
I think it's 10%. Double digits as well.
You think so?
People are heated up about the birds disappearing from small towns. What's funny is the older headlines that are emerging that maybe only got 5,000 clicks 3 months ago. I saw one. I think it was Minnesota. Maybe it was North Dakota. Some people from outside the country had shot a bald eagle.
Yeah.
And were planning to eat it. The town was outraged. Yeah. This was news months ago, but no one cared. Yeah. Now it's like resurfacing several such stories of these like things from months ago.
Kind of unsettling, isn't it? It's a different world. It's a brave new world.
Hot take on it. JD Vance, criticize single cat ladies. And then at the same time, we have a story of people going after people's cats. It's what they call a little on the nose. I don't know how much I believe. All right, short term, it's a great fake story, right? It could be real. Probably like one or two people, probably not like a giant thing. Short term Bitcoin holders seize the recent price jump to offload 14,000 Bitcoin worth nearly $1 billion. So the paper hands thought it jumped $2,000, and then they just dumped all their Bitcoin. Typically after that, we find like a little short term bottom, and then we can find a nice little sustained rally. Here's some pretty interesting information talking about the cycles. 2 cycles ago, Bitcoin peaked 518 days after the halving. Last cycle, 546 days after the halving. If history repeats, we have this range, 518 to 546. That means it's going to peak to mid-September to mid-October 2025. I have put out my month and day prediction, 9/2/7/25. That's mine. Would you be willing to venture out a day as well as a month, Drew?
Oh God. So I think we're going to top out about a month earlier than we're expecting. So, I'm looking out for August. I'm going to be laddering out and in 25% increments beginning May of 2025. That's the game plan here. I think it'd be awesome if we kept running to September and everything like that. But I think that the just violence of action of that price action accomplishing an all-time high before the halving, and now TradFi's there. I think that there's got to be a mechanism throwing off our crypto degen maxi knowledge of this.
Did I ever tell you I called the bottom last cycle?
I was there, bro. I was running the board.
So if you type in DZ, I think type in DZ halving, you should see it come up.
We were both saying it, and no one was wanting to agree with us, bro. Like they thought we were crazy.
Where'd it go?
Pull it up.
Where'd it go?
Pull this up.
Oh man, I'm talking about freaking Cardano.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah. Oh well, it was there. Now it's just gone. It used to be under top, and then I did this post, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. We got some more. I think this is it right here. No, freaking Cardano, Bitcoin.
A lot of Cardano stuff.
A lot of Cardano stuff. Well, guys, I swear I did. I swear. Oh well, honestly, it's like the riskiest thing in the world, just doom scrolling X.
Yeah, it
so especially with having, probably nothing too nefarious there. Here we go. Mid-December 2018. Honestly, just you could do the same things for the bottoms as you can do for the tops. Bear market bottom, 363 days after all-time high, 514 before. We're now 369 after all-time high. Is this the bear market bottom? November 14th, 22. November 14th, 22. Let's just go to the 3-day here so we can find it. November 14th. November 14th. You remember this? November 14th.
I remember well.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I remember it well.
Not bad. Not bad at all, everybody. So I said this candle was going to be the bottom. Technically, I was off by, I think it was like $500 and like 2 days. So
you know who bought the lowest amount, like lowest cost Bitcoin is Aaron. Aaron bought it for like 15.5. I hammered in at 17 and 16.5. And yeah, at the time frame when you call that, man, and I was in agreement. We were really kind of the black sheep. A lot of people were saying 10K.
Yeah.
A lot of
the bears were saying 3,600.
Yes, man. And we had that line, and it was the cost to mine Bitcoin was 19. We had been beat down 3 times over by massive capitulations out of FTX, Luna, Celsius. We just had absolute destruction and death, and then we still held to that line. Feels good now that we're looking at it.
Feels good, man. Let's see here. Why? Someone had a good question talking about Doge. So are you calling the bottom here? Seems the bottom E was reached. No, I think we probably can retest the bottom of that parallel channel, but we did create a higher low. So I do think we're actually more likely than not to go to the mid part of the channel versus the bottom part of the channel, but I always lean bullish. Sting Hammer Buffle Stump. Heck of a name. Sting Hammer Buffle Stump. I don't know. Is that like a Dr. Seuss pro wrestler? Why should we stay away from Doge? Please explain. I have a lot. I never said that. I actually I don't think it's a bad entry right now. Now we are like in a little bit of a local spike. Nickel was a lot better. I like that Doge at a nickel or close to it. 10 cents. I don't hate 10 cents. You can see that it rejected off 20 cents in the past. I mean, you are seeing a lower low, a lower low, a lower low, a lower low. And then now maybe we're starting to see some curvature here, as well as a higher low. That could be the bottom, folks. So I don't hate Doge. In fact, I think it's the last thing that I bought on Robinhood was Doge when I took some, I had to sell some Palantir, man. That Peter Thiel guy got some interesting stuff about him, right? All right, let's, you know.
What channel are we on?
Don't send the Apaches after me.
Okay.
All right. How about Bitcoin? Might we declare a tea and crumpets on this chart? A lot of people are starting to draw a parabola. We're getting the parabola. I don't know if this parabola is going to play out. I don't think this parabola is going to play out. But boy, oh boy, would it feel bullish if it did. A lot of people are getting really, really bullish. But meanwhile, it's hard to be bullish when we have bearish headlines like the ETFs posting $28 million inflows after record losing streak. So, I mean, we did turn it around, but we wanted it to be a little bit higher than 28.7. I almost feel like this is like Larry Fink calling a buddy and be like, hey, man, we got too many red days in a row. You just like throw me 25 million. All right, I'll buy some iBit here. But it is good news that we finally turned it around. We have lost money since August 27th. Now, it only trades 5 days a week, and we had a Labor Day, so it's actually even a shorter week. But Monday, first day of net inflows in the whole month. I mean, we're looking at the 10th today, and we're outflows since the August 27th. So it's good that we turned things around. We need to keep this going, though. Here we have Bitwise CIO saying advisors adopting Bitcoin ETFs faster than any other exchange-traded fund in history. If you didn't know, the Bitcoin ETF is the world's most successful ETF ever. And so it is very, very bullish. But in our world of massive inflation, I don't know if adjusted for inflation, it's the top one there. But yeah, very, very bullish. Just because we have some red days doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
We just got this thing. Like, I think in context of how long it took a gold ETF approved, like it took like 50 years or something like that. Like it was a very, very long time. So I'm surprised that we have the ETFs available, but I think we're just a little bit spoiled by that post ETF pump that got us to all-time highs before the halving, man. We just got to simmer down, enjoy the times that we have available to accumulate the projects before statistically and historically things get really good. So
we have crypto coin review. I think we reclaim the August wick down and then pump. There is a saying in crypto, where it wicks, it sticks. And so that can play out. Doge has the meme power, and Musk. Memes unite the world. I think we will start to see more of that. I think we'll start to see more normies wanting to buy Doge. But, I did talk to TJ about it yesterday. Is he too hated today for it to pump? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the hatred of him cools down after the election and they're not worried about X as much. This is super, super compelling. All right. Get ready. All right. Get ready to cream your jeans. I'm sorry. I said that. That was gross. All right. Bitcoin. This? All right. So this is the performance of major assets and asset classes. The top is number one. The bottom is the worst performer. Where it starts to get scary almost. All right. Here we have Bitcoin, the top pumper. Bitcoin, top pumper, Bitcoin. And then it was US REITs. That stands for Real Estate Investment Trusts. I could get into what those, basically they have to put 90% of their earnings towards dividend. I digress. Bitcoin, 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 bonds. Bitcoin, 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 commodities, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And so we got 3 years off year, 3 years off year, 3 years off year, 3 years. But here's where it gets awesome. The best year, third one with the 5,000% return. The best year, the third one, 1,400% return. The best year, the second one. It was 308, but 57%. But here, the second year wasn't strong like the second year was in 2020. And so I think the third year going to look a lot more like these ones, where it's not going to have a comma, but it's going to be the best performing year. It's going to be the most orange year. So I think 2025 is going to be insanely bullish for Bitcoin, unless it just really starts to dump in October, November, December, and kind of erases a lot of the gains. But like maybe January to September, it's approaching a comma, for instance. But what's also pretty bad, if you're in the parentheses, you're negative. On the fourth year, worst performing asset, worst performing asset, worst performing asset. Pretty cool thing here, right? What do you think?
I mean, it's pretty interesting, and really, I think we're underselling the QE that's about to come. For if you're watching China's markets, they are down.
Yeah, the global liquidity cycle is like right here right now. So it looks like all the countries, I said companies, they're kind of companies.
Yeah.
They're all about to start printing money, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the real estate issue is not gone for China in a big way, and we're underselling and understating the amount of money that they're going to print to dig themselves out of their new trench, and the lengths of which governments will go to keep existing as far as fiat currency control and everything within that. So it's going to be a wild year. A lot of printing, regardless of whoever's in office across the world, and that global liquidity is starting to get almost like a bull flag on that. So I'm watching out for that.
All right. Bob from accounting, I'm going to show up at your house. You're going to listen to me for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and you're not going to be able to help those last 15 minutes. All right. Here we have Jack Mallers. He's a famous Bitcoin bull. He's all about the Lightning Network. He likes lightning. He catches it in a bottle. Jack Mahler, gold was demonetized because it required trust. Bitcoin, it's more scarce, portable, divisible, verifiable, sealable. Most importantly, all right, first, let me stop. Bitcoin's not more verifiable than gold. Is this the dumbest thing in the world, or is this the dumbest thing in the world?
I mean, you do have to go to some lengths to verify the gold's real. You can get assay cards with the gold, but you have to chemically verify it if you really, really want to verify.
I feel like someone can like clone a Binance or a Coinbase or a leverage trading, and they could say like, yeah, you're signing into your Binance.us, and meanwhile it's the IP slightly different or the URL slightly different, and he's like, well, what do you mean you don't know how to code the Bitcoin core node? You're like, that's not most people, okay? Yeah. You freaking gremlin.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
But gold is like, yeah, it's a freaking metal. They have the little things at the pawn shop. Like anybody can buy that little thing for like $10 at the pawn shop, or you're ever like, oh, that's gold. But yeah, anyways, Bitcoin, more scarce, portable, divisible. What the frick does sealable mean? Like I can put it in a container?
No, I mean, if you put it in a
cold
sealed
storage
bag.
it. All right. Gold could be in the Earth's crust for 1 billion years.
Pre-sealed.
1 billion. Billions. Okay. We're talking about billions of years. See how long your thumbstick lasts. Sealable. Anyways, this guy's, even then, all right. Okay. I chisel. Cave paintings. Cave paintings last for millions of years, DZ. Write your seed phrase on a cave painting. Oh, that will work. All right. Anyways, it's more scarce. It's more portable. It's more divisible. I stop there. It achieves unmatched monetary properties. I haven't even got into what he's saying. I'm just sitting here like ranting on 2 words. Let's just play the video.
The real problem with gold is that unfortunately it has to centralize. The problem is that gold can't achieve transaction finality without the help of a government or a central party, meaning that when gold was operating in a local economy, and you can exchange the physical coins with your direct counterpart for your butcher, your local tailor, your grocer, whoever you were exchanging with, gold was great. When the world needed to scale an economy and the velocity of money larger than your local economy, gold failed us. Gold failed us because gold is just a bare physical metal. It does not carry a monetary network. What's the gold network? The gold network are human beings. And when you're trying to transact in an economy of billions of people globally, you are reliant on central parties, banks, governments. And it was for that reason that gold failed. And it failed in a way that you can't operate a truly free market when the concentrated supply is with those that you have to trust. And so that's fundamentally what Bitcoin solved.
That's just a lot of wordthink. He's not really saying anything. He is a Bitcoin bull. He makes some good points, but I mean, if you like identify the persuasion techniques he's using, he's just like doing what I like to call wordthink. Says some words and he thinks it means something. But that being said, I do like Bitcoin more than gold. Don't let me come off as like some gold bug here. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin has many advantages over gold, but it's maybe a little not fair to say gold has 0 advantages over Bitcoin. I mean, gold has some advantages.
That's a smart 5th grader. So very nice. Very nice, Dan.
All right. Let's see. We do have this tonight. Trump versus Harris facing off for the first time. She says she's actually never met the guy. They've never been in the same room together. So they get to meet each other. Will Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies be discussed? I don't want to get into the article here. I don't want to, get caught up in the weeds of politics, left versus right, blue versus red. But Drew, yay or nay, Will they bring up CBDCs? I think
No.
if they bring up crypto, they bring up CBDCs. I don't think they bring up Bitcoin. I don't think they
they're
bring
gonna-
up much, like Ether.
No.
But I think there's a 15% chance they bring up CBDCs. What would you say?
I completely doubt that they're going to bring up CBDCs or crypto.
What percentage? It's not 0%, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, maybe a 5%
5%.
chance.
You got a 5% chance
I mean,
here.
it'd be off the inflation conversation if they're, the plans to lock you an inflating dollar into CBDC in the future, which is a real problem that, I hope that they would talk about, but I kind of doubt that they're going to talk about it. It's going to be more just taking punches at each other and, the same old game.
USB thumb drives withstand around 10,000 to 100,000 write cycles before degradation occurs. Pretty cool. I wonder what the degradation is just for, heck, in a vacuum, it would break down over time, right?
Yeah,
Or is a vacuum actually would be, I don't know. I'm reading too much space sci-fi right now, so my mind's in. All right, I'm almost done with third book of Three Body Problem. All right, Harris leads in debate betting, but Trump dominates the swing states, is what Polymarket's saying here. We can go there. It's probably going to be, all right, I'm interested, actually. What are the odds right now? Let's go to Polymarket, polymarket.com. We're going to have elections up here, or politics, sorry. U.S. election, presidential election winner. He's narrowly edging her 53% to 46%. But what's interesting is now all of this is less than 1%. Or, pretty close because that's 99%. All right. Other Republican politician, other Democrat politician, RFK, Michelle Obama, Nikki Haley, Hillary Joe, Gavin, Vivek, Chris Christie.
Whoa. Out of the left field.
Some of these don't make any sense. AOC, Kanye.
Dude, let's just vote
What's
for
the Kanye odds? If I put in like $1, do I get paid like $80,000? Yeah, I'll put in $1 for that.
May as well.
All right. Polymarket is now being talked about on CNN with Manu Raju. That's pretty cool. I want to play the clip there. CNN might come after us. But pretty interesting. Now they can't help talk about crypto. I didn't think about that. Now I feel like an idiot. They might talk about Polymarket because there's that Polymarket competitor being hit with the CFTC action. We talked about that yesterday. Crypto betting platforms. Would you say there's like a 1 to 5% chance they talk about that?
Potentially. Drift Protocol is looking to roll out something that competes with Polymarket too. The ecosystem for betting markets on crypto and especially within politics is budding pretty nicely. So, it's got a good bullish factor. It's curious to see how far they'll let it go because people are going to take advantage of these things. You're going to see some money flowing through them.
Let's see here. I kind of want to see the odds. 60% saying they might talk about crypto. So a lot of people think we're going to talk about some crypto there. I would like to, there's a lot of funny things about the story. Like, was there an impersonator hired for debate prep and a lot of interesting wrinkles? North Carolina taking a stand against CBDCs. The General Assembly overrides the governor's veto, enacting a bill that bans the state from accepting digital currencies and participating in the Federal Reserve testing. What is this governor's name here? Is this the guy that was there when Roy Cooper? I remember the guy before Cooper gave. This is all rumors. All right, so I lived in Wilmington. It was a film town, and the rumor was our governor gave the film industry to Georgia because he was personal friends with the Chick-fil-A family. The Chick-fil-A family gave him a lot of money. Chick-fil-A family also investing in Georgia studios.
Oh.
That was a funny, I don't know if it's true or not, but that was a heck of an allegation there. A lot of people upset about him not giving tax credits for filming incentives. John Deaton slamming Elizabeth Warren in the wrestling. Oh, no. Just slamming her metaphorically for lobbying for banks and defends Bitcoin billionaires. That's always a slam dunk win to get people on your side. Defend the billionaires. All right. During his recent interview with the radio, with a radio, he was just like talking to the radio at Walgreens. It was weird. John Deaton slammed existing Massachusetts Senator Warren for her take on crypto and her constant attacks on crypto's use for illicit purposes. He emphasized that less than 1% of Bitcoin transactions are used for illicit purposes, according to the UN. On the other hand, $800 billion and $2 trillion of money laundering happens through banks every year, while naming traditional banks by name. Apart from John Deaton, we have crypto industry players who support Harris, like Scaramucci and Cuban, also lashing out against Elizabeth Warren. Now, that would be a polymarket bet. John Deaton versus Elizabeth Warren. We're friends of Deaton. Deaton's been on the show. He has a book. I say go check that out as well. Some say I dress like Deaton. I say that. We have similar vibes, but I don't have a goatee.
He's pretty tall. He's pretty tall too. I mean, that's
a heck of a goatee.
Let's see.
I mean, should I shave the sides?
I mean, it's not a bad look.
Squeeze left. Can they not see? Do I need to do that?
That might help a little bit. Yeah. I got to reorganize.
Help me
this
help
thing.
you.
Yeah. I mean, that's much better. What you just did is much better.
All right. Well, there we go. I think he looks a lot like John Travolta in Project Swordfish.
Oh man, dude. Wasn't it Jackal? I'm going to revisit Jackal too. That's one of my faves. I think that was Bruce Willis.
Oh, it's not
one.
Project Swordfish. What's the one where he's bald? I'm drawing a blank there. Swordfish, Halle Berry makes a she's got a perky delivery.
Very perky delivery.
Tomorrow is the first ever congressional hearing on DeFi, and it's gonna be fire, according to Jake Chervinsky here. DeFi is the future of finance. It's about time for Congress to start formally educating on how this tech will change the world. So we got like a fairly high person in the ecosystem trying to get the government involved here in the right way. Senator Bill Haggerty, he is proud Tennessean, former U.S. ambassador to Japan. Because when I see this guy, I think total weeb, right? Oh yeah, this guy knows Japanese culture. Look at him, right?
Yeah,
I don't know that. I don't know how he got that one. You could just pay for those ambassadorships, right? A lot of them are for sale, literally for sale, because you have to pay for your office. And so, you have, I had $20 million budget, and they'd be like, oh, okay. Regulators shouldn't, this is from Bill Haggerty, regulators shouldn't be forcing innovation into offshore markets, just like with crypto. The government must adopt a more innovation-friendly posture or risk losing our competitive edge. Record billions of dollars of fines marks the SEC's toughest year on crypto. They hit 4.68 billion. Drew, why couldn't they get 10 more million?
Because we're selfish, that's why. I mean, it's a great, the SEC, to a degree, you got to think about it, it's got to exist to some regard, but it's been acting in a way that is outside of congressional approval. And that is the big thing here, that they're enforcing laws that haven't been approved by Congress, and it's pushing a lot of innovation out of America, thus hurting the future of American economy. So it's pretty serious, like large scale conversation to be had about the SEC and their dealings. But I spend about an hour a day deleting scammer comments off my Blockchain Basement YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 16 days a year that I waste having to go through and block these things. So, I see that there's tons of scammers in crypto.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. It really makes me aggravated.
Last time you could be built digging trenches in your yard.
Absolutely.
For the impending apocalypse.
Absolutely.
All types of things.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There's a couple things I want to read. From Paris with Love was the movie. Swordfish. A lot of people like Swordfish. Swordfish, famous for having the world's worst hacker scene. And it has Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. If I'm not mistaken here, Hugh Jackman plays a hacker. Because when you look at huge jacked man, you think that's a coder. That's a hacker. There's a scene where, he has his multiple screens. He's spinning in his chair as he hacks. It's the world's most ridiculous ever. All right. But that being said, it's okay. Elon Musk, 2 thumbs up. Elon Musk faces potential summoning by the UK Parliament over operations at X. The Labour MP, Dawn Butler, says Musk is someone we'd like to invite to testify before the committee on the platform's practices. If you watch that All In podcast, I think it's Jason Calacanis, literally says, be careful traveling some of these countries. Don't want to end up like Pavel, so just be careful out there, Musk. We don't want to see you get locked up. We might be needing you to save the astronauts. Literally, we might need you to save the astronaut. So
Are
come
they
on.
still locked
Him
up
himself?
there?
He's gonna like fly up there. What?
Are those astronauts are still stuck up there, aren't they?
Yes, yes, and it looks like they're there till 2025.
Oh my
Remember the whole astronaut thing with the person that was potentially, there's rumors, we don't know what's true, what's not, sabotaging the space station?
That
story
think
disappeared.
I remember it. Yeah,
Memory
it
hold.
did. It was gone pretty quick. Is
Memory
that a real
hold pretty
thing?
quickly. Kind of correlated with a 3-letter movement happening at NASA at the same time. And, you know, just interesting stuff there. U.S. debt, so massive. I talk about this all the time. Interest is just to service our debt. This isn't our deficit. Our deficit is much higher than $3 billion a day. Just the interest on the debt is now $3 billion a day. Every 8 hours, essentially, the government just burns $1 billion. But the worst part is not technically burning it, being paid out to people.
What's the problem, though? What's the deal? Are you worried about that? Is that an issue? I thought that was fine.
Our impending debt spiral just becoming worse and worse and worse. They do say if your debt hits a certain GDP percentage, it is a doom for your country. The Japan just said, nah, what are you talking about? We're like at 300%. So like you're all worried because you're at like 92%. Oh, we go to 100% debt. Oh, we're in trouble. Debt to our GDP. Japan's been doing it for a long time, and they've exceeded 100% by a wide margin. Crypto scams are costing the people, man. They're costing people $5.6 billion in 2023. I just want to give a shout out to Arculus Cold Storage. Do not get caught up in a crypto scam. Store your crypto safely. If you want to do risky stuff like claim things, and do it with fresh wallets, clean wallets, or just wallets with like almost nothing in it. So 5.6 billion. Not defending crypto, but for comparison, they lost $634 billion in purchasing power due to the government money printing. So our inflation, 120x more damage to the American consumer than crypto scams. Until you learn, for some people, inflation is a feature, not a bug. Do you think that there's a shadowy cabal that wants to limit the middle class's upward mobility?
100%.
But that seems crazy, Drew.
No.
Why would there be powerful people that don't want to lift all of society? Because then it seems like, well, if they have more money to spend, everyone's lifted up, right?
Yeah, then you have effective and organized plebs that are less controllable.
Oh, so if you have some means and you're not relying on the government to feed you or your local park,
Yep.
Then you it's easier to control you.
Yes, and you're in that position of power.
Makes a lot of
people
sense.
see it on a local level. People see that stuff. If you're able to produce your own food and you're not beholden to this death spiral in the dollar, it's a serious thing that can catch fire quickly. And also, I wanted to correct myself. I haven't been spending $2,000 a month on food. I did the numbers again. It comes out at about $1,500 per month on food to feed 4 children and a beautiful wife. So that's what it cost.
All right, all right. Speaking of my beautiful fiance, she made a death by chocolate cake.
Oh,
3 layers. Each layer brushed with like a fine alcohol-based, almost like chocolate liqueur, like real thin, like but real rich and dark. And then a homemade icing.
dude.
Oh my god. Then decorative. What is it? Little the chocolate, not Hershey Kisses, but they're small.
Oh, God.
Chips. Yeah, just chocolate chips. Oh my god, it was so good. All right, let's see here. Coinbase Layer 2 success shows the power of marketing over cutting edge tech. Base on-chain summer promotion saw participation of over 2 million unique wallets. Do you see what happened with Friend Tech?
Yeah, not a great look, honestly. And it seems like they rode off into the sunset. I was kind of glad I didn't get too invested into it.
Same. I never pushed it, never sold keys.
Yeah. Well, it's like the engagement farmers love Friend Tech, and they loved like that AVAX Stars Arena thing. And I'm bullish on AVAX and I'm bullish on Ethereum, but this whole developing a brand new SocialFi experience right now while retail's not in it. You'll see some that are slightly effective during 2025, but honestly, it's X, it's Facebook for the time being, and we just need to see some integrations there within.
Mr. Techno Goody, you're not dead, so she didn't do it right. The death by chocolate. I guess not. The dogs were too interested. They wanted to make it a reality. Don't feed your dogs chocolate. Base that kind of chocolate, because there's like actual cocoa in that recipe. Base now has more weekly DEX traders than all other L2s combined. Crazy is it went live only 1 year ago. That few people using Trader Joe and that few people using some of these other L2 ecosystems, Base just kind of crushing it out there, folks. Base is a good chain. I love using it. Very cheap, reliable. Analyst predicts $4,000 midterm target for ETH. Declares an end to the ETH correction here. I'm interested in just looking at the ETH chart real quickly here. So we go to ETH USD. We're going to go to spot crypto. We have this little wedge area that I ooh. Wow, this is looking this is a video from last week. I drew this out. This is a long-term trend line that we're looking at on the log chart. And I wouldn't want to sell my ETH here. Would you, Drew?
No, not at all. I mean, this is where if you are selling crypto after this massive pullback and a complete price reset, not going to make it.
Jesus, I was actually like, excuse my language there. I was really on point. I said, all right, guys, this is going to be strong support. But if we do fall below, this yellow line is going to be this very, very strong support. You know, you can definitely feel pretty safe, getting some longs in around here. And man, oh man, that thing came close. Pretty good. Yeah. It's almost like the charts sometimes work. The problem is I don't have the patience to like draw some chart and be like, guys, days from now, there's a trade. By then I'm like, all right, on the next trade. Yeah, I try to give you the toolkit right there. Hopefully some of y'all ended up doing well. Top 10 blockchains by price to rev ratio. Look at Solana.
Yeah.
Solana. Tron has a market cap to revenue ratio is quite comparable to those stocks on the stock market. So this is actually bad. That means the value is a lot higher than what the money's bringing in. But, I've talked about this for a long time. A chain that has low fees is punished on this chart.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, isn't the future, like, if we're going to replace credit cards, we got to get these, like, transactions to cost a fraction of a penny. So, in a weird way, it's like, you don't really, this isn't indicative of success in the future. But Tron, I mean, Justin Sun, good job, Justin. Good job. Crypto investment products lost a lot of money amid this rate cut uncertainty. We got a big rate cut coming in later in the month. Sonium by Sony will create a stable coin with the Japanese yen. This is bullish. Is Sonium going to be the base for Asia?
Dude, I mean, that is huge news, honestly. Sony's a massive company. So, and
they're getting good sponsorship or partnerships. I think it was Panasonic maybe, or like one of the other big electronic.
Panasonic is definitely leaning into crypto systems at large for like the DePIN sector. I think that when people really realize how much Panasonic is doing in the DePIN sector, we're going to have kind of like a DePIN season, I feel like, but it's not realized yet. So, if you're a psychopath like us just staring at crypto every day, all day, then you get to see it coming. But the masses will be kind of blindsided by it, I think.
Someone says, I like Avalanche. Thoughts? I do like Avalanche as well. I've used it yesterday. I do like Avalanche. Avalanche is almost like the OG base, like a cheap L2 that's just, kind of doing a lot of cool stuff, a lot of builders. Trader Joe's was like super, super hot. I'm bullish on Avalanche. There's a lot of strong support in the Avalanche ecosystem. I do feel like selling now, to me, would feel like selling then. Yeah. I'm not saying we're going to have some explosive freaking, 16x. But yeah, I do feel like selling now is going to be a big, big regret for you in the future here. Unless you found some faster horse, by then all means, maybe lean into it there. Let's see, ETH, Sonium, Sonic pioneers wallet credit scores with no KYC requirements. That's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I feel like covering Sonic a little bit more on the basement. It looks like a pretty cool project.
Yeah, and Sonic 3's coming out.
What?
Yeah, I saw it. I went to the movie theaters over the weekend. We saw Beetlejuice. Yeah, they got a new Sonic. I don't know if it's true or not. My fiance said it's the only movie Jim Carrey will come out of retirement for, because he loves playing Dr. Robotnik. I think
it's like the evil doctor. I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
of it,
the big, Z-shaped mustache. Yeah, apparently he's like, it's enjoyable for him.
Okay.
I used to love Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And he was like kind of weird, but weird in a good way. Then he got just weird in a weird way, and now I don't know where he's at. He's on a different wavelength. I would say that's fair. Here we have Starknet's governing body is going to implement a minting curve mechanism, and it had a nice little pump in the past week. Aave launches EtherFi market, and so we got analysts, a lot more bullish on it. Been crushing it, and it looks like the revenue share is about to kick in, and the insiders are picking up more tokens. I called Aave months ago. I didn't buy any because I just like a little bit riskier plays here, but Aave was a good one. And DePIN tokens are now down despite reaching $20 billion market cap. Looks like it's the negative performance, though, still better than 16 out of 20 different sectors. That might be a video to check out. What are the 20 sectors? I'll have to look into that. Drew.
Yes.
What do you got planned today for the basement?
We really got to cover the national debt levels and look at all the reasons why I think 2026 is going to be super ugly. I'm getting out of the market completely before 2026 happens. Some of my favorite AI plays, a couple price resets. We got to look at the polyfi sector a little bit since the debates happening tonight, but really, I feel like Aave and Curve and Compound, all these different DeFi plays are going to have their DeFi season again. And so, because we were about Aave when it was like recently when it was like $90, and it just hasn't given up much of that as far as price with this big pullback. It's showing extreme signs of strength right now. So really just finding different positions to top off my bags. I took a lot of profits, 90% profits on ICP and AVAX at their local highs. So now I'm hammering back into my favorites. I'll add a little bit of AVAX and ICP, but I'm looking for new projects as well to add to it because time is short, man. It's almost November. I feel like Bitcoin dominance is ready to fall off a cliff over the next few months, and we better have our bags packed. 2025 is going to be awesome. I'm excited.
All right, we got CCC, friend of the channel. He's making some gaming content out there. He said, check out SoulForge. Oh, from Richard Garfield. That is the creator of Magic the Gathering. And Justin Gary, he has 2 first names, so he's a wild card, folks. All right, I will be wild if you don't hit the like button on the way out. Just help us out. It helps us shock the YouTube algorithm. It helps us fight, I don't want to say complete censorship, but they do like deboosting cryptocurrency, Web3, and maybe it's related because you're trying to get out of the middle class. You're trying to make a better life for yourself. Or maybe, it's just YouTube being YouTube, it's just doing normal things. But maybe they are trying to stop you from, bettering yourself, bettering your life. So hit that like button. We really do appreciate it. It really does help us out. I'm DZ. This is Discover Crypto. You are the Disco fam. Put on those bell bottoms. I'll see you in the